Now at 9, Hillary Clinton was deposed in the Epstein case. Hear what the former Secretary of State had to say.
And the World Economic Forum CEO is stepping down. Learn the reason behind his choice.
Plus, Denver has limited ICE operations around the city. What this means for the Colorado capital.
Also, the Trump administration is seeking the removal of protection for migrants. See who this could affect.
I am tracking a warm start to the weekend. NewsLink Indiana starts now.
Local news about local people, live from Ball State Unified Media. You're watching NewsLink Indiana.
Good evening, and thank you for joining us tonight. I'm Ava Lenz.
And I'm Arlene Thompson.
Former Secretary of State Hillary Clinton faced House lawmakers today in a closed-door deposition tied to the Jeffrey Epstein investigation. Clinton denied having any knowledge of Epstein or Ghislaine Maxwell's criminal activities. She said she was horrified by what she learned about their crimes and never recalled ever meeting Epstein. The deposition was briefly paused after a photo from the deposition surfaced on social media. Lawyers from both sides went off the record and left the room to discuss a violation of House rules. The Republican Oversight Committee chair said Clinton is not accused of any wrongdoing. He said the panel is looking for information to aid its investigation into Jeffrey Epstein. Former President Bill Clinton is scheduled to sit for his own deposition tomorrow.
As more information is released from the Epstein files, more connections are made between the late convicted sex offender and leaders around the world. The president and CEO of the World Economic Forum is stepping down after an independent investigation into his ties to Jeffrey Epstein. Recently released documents showed that Borga Brenda had attended 3 business dinners with Epstein in 2018 and 2019 and exchanged emails and texts with him. Brenda denies that he knew of Epstein's criminal activity at the time. There's no indication of wrongdoing, and the investigation concluded there were, quote, no additional concerns beyond what was previously disclosed, end quote. In a statement, Brenda said, quote, I believe now is the right moment for the forum to continue its important work without distractions, end quote. The World Economic Forum says Alois Dzvingi will serve as interim president and CEO.
The Trump administration plans to release long-awaited disaster aid funds to some states, but not all were on the list. According to sources, more than $5 billion will be awarded. A few Democratic-led states like California, Illinois, Minnesota, and Colorado were left out. Sources speculate the move comes after President Donald Trump clashed with several governors of those states. But in a statement, DHS denied that politics played a role in the process and said the decision was about results. Currently, California is still waiting on more than $1 billion in FEMA aid after last year's deadly wildfires. Colorado and Minnesota are both waiting on reimbursement funds for their storm recoveries as well.
Denver's mayor is putting new limits on how federal immigration agents can operate within the city. Mayor Mike Johnston announced an executive order today banning ICE agents from using any city-owned or controlled buildings to stage operations. The order also directs local police to protect peaceful protesters and requires officers to intervene if a federal agent is observed using excessive force. Mayor Johnston says the order is a response to resident concerns in an effort to protect the community. Separately, the Denver City Council is considering an ordinance to prohibit federal agents from wearing masks during arrests.
A female student who was detained by Homeland Security this morning has been released. The student has been identified as Eli Agieva. She's a senior from Beijing, according to the American Association of University Professors. Protesters gathered at Columbia before she was released. Columbia's acting president, Claire Shipman, confirmed federal agents misrepresented themselves to a security officer to gain entry to a student residential building. And once inside, the ICE agents detained the student. Shipman also said that Agieva's student visa was terminated in 2016 under the Obama administration for failing to attend classes. The Department of Homeland Security confirmed Agieva's arrest, but did not respond to allegations that agents misrepresented themselves to gain access to the building.
Today, the Trump administration filed an emergency appeal asking the Supreme Court to end immigration protections for thousands of Syrians. Temporary Protected Status, known as TPS, allows people who arrive from certain countries facing upheaval to live and work legally in the U.S. on a temporary basis. The administration argues courts should not review those decisions and says lower court rulings are interfering with immigration enforcement. A federal judge blocked the move last year, citing concerns the administration violated federal law. Around 7,000 Syrians could be affected if the protections are lifted. The Supreme Court has previously sided with the administration in similar DPS disputes.
Cuba says its forces killed 4 people and injured 6 others who were in a Florida-registered speedboat yesterday. It alleges that they were heavily armed and trying to infiltrate Cuban territory. This map shows where the shootout took place in Falcones Cay, just off the island's coast. Cuba says someone on the boat shot and injured a Cuban vessel's commander, prompting return fire. The passengers' nationalities are unclear, but the U.S. says they're not government personnel. Cuba says 2 survivors had been accused of terrorism. It says it arrested a separate person who Cuba claims came from the U.S. And early this morning I woke up and I saw that it was like 30 degrees outside. I had work at 9 a.m., and it was a little cold, so I had my winter jacket on, and I later regretted that later on the day.
I can say I was like skipping around. I was so excited that it was like finally warm enough.
Yeah.
Like, it was just so amazing to just be in a sweatshirt.
Yes. It was so nice to just, not have to worry about that coat. It was great.
Yep.
Anyways, let's take it over to Aaliyah with weather.
Thank you, ladies. Yeah, we are definitely seeing some more mild and above average temperatures for this time of year. We're going to take a look at some current temperatures in our viewing area. 39 in Muncie and Farmland, 37 in Anderson, and 33 in Marion, right at that freezing point in Hartford City. If we take a look a little more statewide, those temperatures are ranging in the mid to upper 30s, even a little warmer, 44 in Indy. So over the next 12 hours, temperatures are going to decrease with a low of 36 for this evening. Stay tuned because we are tracking gusty winds, a warm start to the weekend, and rain chances next week.
Coming up, Reverend Jesse Jackson is being remembered this weekend. See how this is happening across the country.
And the Schaefer Chapel Museum has helped the community for decades. See what they've done to fight for change.
Everyone has a ritual, that small thing to keep us focused.
A habit we never skip, to clear our minds and elevate our performance.
But what do you do to keep your head in the game? To drown out the self-doubt and support your mental health. Because being your best isn't just about taking care of your body.
It's about taking care of your mental health. Discover the resources that you need to keep your mind focused and your mental health a priority.
Julie was always a voracious reader. She carried 2 novels on an airplane because she'd read one on a 3-4 hour ride. And at some point, I began to notice that she would read a page and couldn't remember what she had just read, and she'd have to go back and read it again.
I don't remember much these days after I read, but less does for me, and I love it.
Whether it's our stories, the warmth of our laugh, or our family's secret sauce, we all bring something different to the table. So make some space. The power of connection is waiting right outside your comfort zone. Learn how you can help strengthen your community at belongingbeginswithus.org/teamup.
Welcome back. The Muncie Mall is now moving forward with a full demolition. This comes from Indiana Public Radio after they spoke to the property owner of the mall, Hull Property Group. The new plan involves demolishing everything except the portion owned by the buyer's market. Demolition for the anchor stores of the mall can start next month, but the interior demolition can't start until the final tenants move out. Hull says this could be anywhere between 6 months to 2 years.
Events honoring the late civil rights leader Reverend Jesse Jackson are getting underway. Jackson died peacefully last week following a battle with a rare brain disease. His body is scheduled to lie in state today and tomorrow at the Rainbow Push Coalition headquarters. That's the organization he founded in Chicago. Monday, he's set to get the same honor inside the South Carolina State Capitol. A public service is scheduled for that evening. The Chicago Tribune reports another service in his honor will take place in Washington, D.C. Wednesday. Then, Chicago venues are set to host additional celebrations of life.
One of the most influential figures of American running has died. Jeff Galloway died yesterday from complications of a stroke. He was 80 years old. Galloway was a member of the 1972 U.S. Olympic team and the inaugural winner of Atlanta's Peachtree Road Race. He is known for developing the run-walk method, which encourages planned walk breaks to help people finish marathons. On Facebook, his family said he is survived by every person who ever crossed a finish line and thought, "I didn't think I could do this."
For generations, the Schaefer Chapel AME Church has stood as more than just a chapel. As Black History Month comes to its close, NewsLink Indiana's Brianna Baru went inside the chapel to learn more about the church's history.
Located in the heart of Muncie, Schaefer Chapel Museum stands as more than just a building of praise and worship. It is one of the biggest contributors to civil rights history here locally in Muncie for the greater Black community.
And the pastor of this church helped with the lynching. There were 2 individuals that were killed. They were lynched in Marion, Indiana. Because he owned a mortuary, he was able to bring them back here and have them buried and embalmed, and did that on his dime.
During an era of inequality, the chapel became a space of empowerment for the Black community. Reverend Anthony J. Oliver helped Black Americans in Muncie get jobs at places like Muncie Water Co., PepsiCo, and so many other familiar brands. According to Pastor Rosalind Morris, none of this would have been possible without community support.
When you can come collectively together, think about how much impact that can have when we work together in thousands. And I'm going to quote the scripture, 1 can put 1,000 to fight, but 2 can put 10,000 to fight.
As Pastor Rosalind states, Schaefer Chapel Museum is a place for everybody. The community of Muncie looks to the chapel as a space of refuge, one where they can connect and grow together as a community.
What do I love about the church is home. And no matter where I go, I know when I get back to Muncie, I got a home to go to.
In Muncie, Brianna Baru, NewsLink Indiana.
The history preserved at Schaefer Chapel Museum doesn't end with Black History Month. The chapel continues to keep these stories alive through their museum and regular Sunday services.
In Los Angeles today, it was quite the birthday for Bill Duke, the godfather of African American cinema. The actor and director was honored with a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame in the motion pictures category, and it was his 83rd birthday. Of course, he got serenaded by the crowd. Duke is known for iconic performances in a number of classic films, including Car Wash, Predator, Commando, and Black Lightning. He also directed landmark films, including Deep Cover, A Rage in Harlem, and The Killing Floor.
Stay tuned for not only my 7-day forecast, but a dog walking forecast as well after this break.
After his wife passed, my neighbor Larry started drinking a lot. He was in distress and acting out. He had guns around, and I didn't want anything bad to happen. I pressed pause. Our local authorities filed a firearm restraining order to temporarily remove the guns. It gave Larry the time he needed to get help. It wasn't easy, but we got through it together. Learn more at illinois.gov/pause to heal.
Emma, did you hear? Todd's in the hospital.
Who's Todd? He got a collapsed lung from vaping. He thought it was cool.
Not cool.
Promise you won't vape, Emma. It can lead to a lifelong addiction, and we can't be friends if your lungs collapse.
Bogus.
Wacky sitcom teens aren't the best people to talk to your kid about vaping.
Hey, you got a minute?
You are. Start the conversation with your child about vaping today.
Be right there. Wait. Use the shovel and bucket of water, remember? Drown, stir, drown, feel. Then make sure it's cool.
Where'd you learn that?
SmokeyBear.com. Brushed up on some tips before we left. Don't want to start a wildfire, right?
Only you can prevent wildfires.
We're going to take a look right outside Cooper Science. You can see overcast skies fill our area right now, but those will decrease as we go throughout the evening. We're sitting at 39 degrees right now with a dew point of 29. Winds aren't really a concern coming from the south-southeast at 3 miles per hour. Some current temperatures 39 here in Muncie, 34 in Anderson, and right at that freezing point up in Hartford City. If we take a look a little more statewide, temperatures are ranging to from the low all the way to the low 30s all the way to the mid 40s in Indianapolis. You can see our current radar. We did have some scattered showers, very pop-up showers coming through our area, but those are not a concern for the rest of the evening as those clouds start to dissipate. As we go throughout this evening, getting down to 36 degrees, but staying above that freezing point. And tomorrow we do have a very spring-like day on our hands, a very good day to go walk your dog. 45 degrees at 10 a.m., 53 by noon, and hitting that 60-degree mark by 4 p.m. Lots of sunshine. Like I said, those clouds are going to continue to decrease as we go throughout the day tomorrow. This right here is my dog Butch. He's a boxer and he just turned 5. He definitely will not be wearing that sweatshirt out tomorrow because it would be pretty warm for him. Now we do have some wind gusts that are going to be pretty mild in the morning, but then get a little more concerning in the afternoon. 13 miles per hour here at 7 a.m. and then they do get almost to that 30 mile per hour mark in some of our viewing areas, about the mid 20 miles per hour. For our area, those will decrease as we go into midday Saturday and then 8 miles per hour by Saturday afternoon. If we look at this precision cast, you can see lots of sunshine for tomorrow, just some few clouds here and there, but then by Saturday afternoon, those clouds are going to start to come back into our viewing area, causing overcast skies. Now, Saturday night into Sunday morning, we do have a chance of a wintry mix for precipitation. As you can see here, that coverage is very minimal, so some of our area will not see that, but with the temperatures getting below freezing, it could cause some dangerous road conditions. Overcast skies for the rest of the day Sunday. Now, if you are going on somewhere on spring break or if you're just staying here, we do have that probability, a very high probability of seeing temperatures above average from March 4th through the 8th. So perfect time for spring break and lots of spring-like temperatures are coming our way. With those spring-like temperatures above average, we do have some precipitation outlooks above average for most of the United States as well. And you can actually see that reflected here in my 7-day forecast. We've got a chance of rain Saturday and Sunday evening, and then also on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. But look at those temperatures Wednesday and Thursday getting back up into the 50s, and Thursday almost reaching that 60-degree mark again. So I'm excited for spring. I'm over winter.
Yes, I was so over winter. Like, especially this morning when I put on my winter coat.
I'm so tired of being cold.
yes. I just want to say, now I'm super excited to walk my dogs. Like, and happy birthday, Butch.
Yeah. Right, thank you. Butch is so cute too. Can we talk about that? And that little sweater that he had on.
Yes, he's so adorable. I have a matching one too.
Oh, that's so cute. You know, I'll have to get one for my dog. Actually.
Right? Yeah. It's so comfy.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Aaliyah. There's a lot more to get on NewsLink Indiana. Emma Dean has a preview of sports.
One Ball State team is rewriting the record books while another team is looking ahead to spring. We're also coming up on a 4-game baseball series. All this and more next in sports.
Everyone has a ritual, that small thing we do to keep us focused.
But what do you do to keep your head in the game?
To drown out the self-doubt and support your mental health.
Because being your best isn't just about taking care of your body.
It's about taking care of your mind and mental health.
Find the resources you need to keep your mental health a priority.
Love your mind.
Here's the deal. We gotta set ourselves up. See, retirement is the long game. We can't play about our future or our finances. Make moves, set up goals. Don't worry about a setback. Just save up, stack up to reach them. Let's put ourselves in the right position. Pre-game to greater things. This is pre-tirement.
I don't know why you're so sad. You've got a roof over your head.
You gotta stop with that depression stuff. You all right?
It just feels like it's coming from everywhere.
Do you want to talk about it?
You can talk to me if you're feeling sad. Whenever you need to talk, I'm here, okay?
I don't think that many kids in my son's school even do it.
He makes fun of his friend who vapes.
He would never try it.
She's into soccer.
She's on the honor roll.
She's just not the type.
No way.
No way.
No way.
No way, my kid would never vape.
Get your head out of the cloud. Today, nearly 8,000 kids will start vaping. Maybe even yours. Learn about the dangers at talkaboutvaping.org.
Welcome back to NewsLink Indiana. I'm Emma Deaton with sports. Ball State men's swim and dive has shown out this week at the Missouri Valley Conference Championships in Evansville. The men made a splash in day one of competition as diver Zach Shaddy won gold on the 1-meter board. His score of 360.15 shattered both the program and conference records. The women have also impressed this week at the MAC Championships in Akron, breaking a program record and taking home silver in the 200-yard medley relay on day one of competition. Both championship meets will run through Saturday with live results available on Meet Mobile. Taking things over to Worthen, Ball State men's volleyball defeated Tusculum tonight 3-1 to kick off their 2-game weekend homestand. The Cardinals are now 14-2 and are ranked in the top 10 of this week's AVCA coaches poll. Ball State has won 7 straight matches against Tusculum since the Pioneers started their program in 2020. The Cards are led by senior Patrick Rogers, who recently recorded his 1,000th career kill. Rogers was also named to the AVCA Player of the Year watch list earlier this season. Ball State will continue conference action against Purdue Fort Wayne tomorrow night. Heading over to the gridiron, the Ball State football team released their spring schedule earlier today. The Cardinals will officially kick off spring practices following Ball State's spring break next week. The program will include 15 team workouts closed to the public. Throughout the months of March and April, the Cards will also be holding a pro day this Monday for those who have declared for the NFL draft. Ball State went 4-8 last year and welcomed over 30 newcomers this offseason, including over 24 transfers. The Cardinals' spring schedule will wrap up with their annual spring showcase on April 18th. Turning things to the Diamond, the Ball State baseball team will begin their 4-game series against Hawaii tonight in Manoa. The Cardinals are 4-3 so far on the season after 2 weeks of action. In their last game, the Cards defeated Merrimack 14-6 and saw 2 home runs each from Jacob Gillis and Charlie Keller. Gillis was honored the Co-MAC Player of the Week for his effort over the weekend, which included a grand slam in the Cardinals' win over Merrimack. Ball State's series against the Rainbow Warriors will be their last road trip before their home opener against Central Michigan on March 6th. Well, guys, with all of this talk about spring and the weather, and now Hawaii. I'm in spring break mood. What about you guys?
Yes, yes. I have been, I think, mentally checked out since I took my last term.
Yeah, I'm ready to be warm in my bed at home. So I'm excited for that.
Yes, yes, yes. So then I take it as you're staying at home?
Yeah.
Then? Okay, okay, okay. Are you going anywhere for spring break at all?
Yes, I'm out of here tomorrow.
Oh. Where are you going?
I'm going on a cruise.
Oh, to where?
It's stopping in Mexico a few times.
Okay.
Gonna be over there, yeah.
Okay.
You get the sunshine.
Yeah, I want that. I want that type of weather. Dang.
I'm mentally there right now.
Yes, yes, yes. All right, well, thank you so much, Emma. Coming up, a stowaway has been caught sneaking onto a plane once again.
And we have one final look at your weather. Stay with us.
My son, Ricky, took his life by the use of a firearm. It broke me in ways that I never knew that I could be broken. And I contemplated suicide. I still own my firearm. I keep it in a safe because I want to keep my grandson and myself safe. Store your gun securely, locked, unloaded, and away from ammo.
Mom was always organized, but she started forgetting to pay her bills on time.
And she'd buy the same gifts over and over.
Telling the girls about my Alzheimer's diagnosis was really hard.
At first we had our cries, but then we were like, okay, let's make a plan.
Early detection gave us time to adapt together.
It's so important for you to think about what you can do and making the most of what you have.
If you or your family are noticing changes, it could be Alzheimer's. Talk about seeing a doctor together.
How do you know when you've made the right decision? It's the feeling you get in your gut. The one that tells you what's right or wrong. It's the one that says, sure, I can have a drink. Or the feeling that says, okay, I've been drinking. Now what? It's the voice inside you that says, I'm buzzed. Better leave the car when it's time to go. Plan ahead. Catch a sober ride. Buzz driving is drunk driving.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Welcome back. A source with law enforcement says a woman convicted of being a stowaway on a plane has been arrested in Italy for allegedly sneaking onto another flight. A law enforcement source says Svetlana Danali allegedly snuck an airline employee at the gate at Newark Liberty International Airport last night. Then allegedly boarded a United Airlines flight to Milan without a boarding pass. She was discovered during the flight and detained by law enforcement when the plane landed. In a statement, United Airlines says they are investigating the incident. The FBI also says they are aware of the situation. Last year, Dali was convicted for sneaking onto a flight from New York to Paris in 2024.
East Tennessee's Children's Hospital is getting a new name, and a famous one. The Knoxville-based facility has officially rebranded as the Dolly Parton Children's Hospital. The news came in a video message from Parton today, who praised the hospital's doctors, nurses, and volunteers. She said the partnership reflects a shared commitment to world-class care delivered with compassion. Hospital leaders emphasize that this is more than a cosmetic change, saying patron support strengthens the hospital's mission to deliver top-tier pediatric care. They also stressed families should not expect changes to their care.
You know what? I would really like to go to a hospital that Dolly Parton has been in. That would be really cool. Anyways, let's take one final look at your weather.
Yeah, we're gonna take one last look at that 7-day forecast. Now I know you do see some mid to upper 30s, but those still are right at that average temperature for this time of year. And the overall trend of temperatures is above average for the next 7 days. We do have some active weather, 40% chance of PM showers on Saturday into Sunday morning, and then a 60% chance of showers on Sunday evening. There's also a chance of rain on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday next week, but temperatures are getting back up into the 50s and almost 60 again next Thursday. So I'm really ready for spring.
Yeah. Now I have to ask, are you going anywhere for spring break at all?
I am not. Well, I'm going home, so I'm spending time with my family. I just got a couple new baby cousins. So yes.
That's so nice. Yeah, I'm also going home too. Probably working a little bit, spending some time with my family, actually taking a break for once. So yeah, it would be really
I'm
nice.
excited for the family time. I'm excited to see my animals.
Oh yes.
How many of them do you have?
5.
Oh my goodness.
Oh wow. Wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
so-
All right. Well, thank you so much, Aaliyah. That's all tonight for NewsLink Indiana. Be sure to tune in tomorrow morning at 8 for Cardinal Sunrise, streaming live on the NewsLink Indiana Facebook page and YouTube channel.
And for news anytime, anywhere, just go to cardinalmediabsu.com. Have a great night and stay safe.